Hey guys, what's up? Dan from Alliance Contracting and Design here. Today I'm going to show you a problem I encountered on our Bobcat S570. It has to do with the case drain. This third little port is your case drain. I bought a Halverson 120 firewood processor. I've been watching these units for a while now, so I decided to pull the trigger. I got this one slightly used, but I got a good deal on it, and we're getting it set up to run on the machine. It has 3 hydraulic hoses. You have your supply, you have your return, and then you have the smaller line, which is the case drain. Any hydraulic motor has a case drain, so any additional pressure / fluid bleed off can go back to the tank. It relieves the pressure in the hydraulic motor so you don't blow the seal out, like somebody did here. It only takes about 10 psi to blow that seal out. So what I found out is on these newer machines, the case drain goes to the back and is connected through a manifold to the hydraulic drive motor system. So when you're driving forward, even with the auxiliary hydraulics here off, there's still pressure on this circuit because of the way it is plumbed in the back through the manifold. They run it that way to go through the filter and then back to the hydraulic reservoir. So that is a problem. One option is to run yet another hydraulic line and bypass this one, strap it to the loader arm, or possibly run it inside of the loader arm and come out in the back and come down and route it to the tank. Some people will cut a hole, thread in a fitting with a little bit of epoxy, and basically just dump a low to no pressure line back into the hydraulic reservoir. That captures the bleed off from the hydraulic motor on that attachment, or any attachment like a sweepster broom, anything with a hydraulic motor has to have that third case drain line to put the bleed off or excess pressure / fluid back into the tank. So what I did, I had a bunch of these fittings laying around, and I believe this is a 16. I have a TF5515 by 12 by 16. So I know that this is 12 JIC on this end, and this is 16. It's a straight thread with the O-ring. It's like a 90-degree elbow with a jam nut to tighten it. That fit perfectly in this port that was already in my tank on this 2017 S570. So then I went to my local hydraulic fitting store and I got an elbow that takes this 12 JIC and converts it to 3/8 line, which is a number 6 JIC fitting. That looks like this. So what I needed to do this was about 6 feet of 3/8 Gates hydraulic line. I obviously needed my 12 by 16 elbow. I needed a 6G 6FJX fitting, and then I need, which is basically the female version of this. This is the male, that's the female. It's a number 6 JIC, and it's made to go on to the 3/8 line. If you're going to do it yourself, you can see that number 6 is 3/8 hose. It uses the 732 die set with the digital readout of 7.61. I'm able to make my own hydraulic hoses, but if you can't, just go to any auto store, farm store, any type of store that makes hydraulic hoses and have them make one up for you. And what I did is I followed the case drain line back here. I disconnected it and capped it with a special hydraulic cap that's made to go over the cone flare there, because this ends up connecting to the manifold, which the drive motors connect to anyway. And if you think about it, this system is deadheaded right here in this quick couple. When you're not using any attachment, it's deadheaded anyway. So I chose to deadhead it right here, and then I connected my new hose that I made down underneath the loader arm assembly, because this machine has the vertical lift, so there's a little bit more moving parts versus the machine that just has the radius arm lift. We took that and came out up there by the tank. So I came down, zip tied it to keep it away from the exhaust, weaved it through there, and back up in there, there's a little bit of a hole or opening, and it came out under there, ran it up right here, and I just have to put my 12-6 adapter nut on and connect it right there. Now this is a low pressure circuit, so it doesn't have to technically be hydraulic line, but I wanted this install to be professional looking, clean, tight, all that good stuff. So on a side note, here's the seal. You can see how it's all pushed out from excess pressure. Like I said, it doesn't take much, about 10 psi of back pressure and you'll blow the seal out. That was on that hydraulic saw motor. It really doesn't have to do anything with gallons per minute. It has to do with pressure. You don't want any excess pressure building up in that circuit. I just went to Ritter Technologies and got this 12-6 JIC reducing nut. It was about 10 bucks, so that should do the trick to get this project wrapped up. And here's everything all complete. Nice clean installation, and special care has been given to make sure that this fitting does not stick up past the oil fill cap, because the rear radiator protection screen has to fit over here. So I'm really happy with this install. It's almost like a factory install. And make sure you leave some slack in the hose so it's not tight. Make sure it's not rubbing on anything. I got it zip tied down here, like I said, to stay away from the exhaust. And it comes up right there where the factory hoses come up. The one thing I'm going to have to watch is to make sure that it doesn't start to wear into that metal bracket, but that just depends on the amount of movement from the loader arms operating. So hope this helps you understand how to reroute your case drain, and hopefully it saves you from blowing some seals. So don't be afraid to hit that like button, and as always, I appreciate you subscribing. Thanks for watching.